that sometimes people give up because they don't see the quote unquote good people in front of them, but maybe takes a little bit more effort to identify them?
Yes, yes, I do see that. And I hear that quite often, whether it's a social setting or online platforms, online dating platforms, people have this, well, I've tried, but it's not working. Like I literally just had somebody, one of my clients, one of my female clients, she sent me a message last week and she's like, okay, I'm done. The ones that I like on online dating apps don't like me back, and the ones that like me, I'm not so interested in them, right? So she's like, ah, I'm gonna take a break. So it is quite common, but what people don't realize is mindset is a huge and a critical element in approaching dating and relationship search. And if you go in with the mindset where you are focused on scarcity, thinking like there's not enough people that fit my preferences, or there are simply not enough single people, whatever your limitation is, it's all in here, right? So mindset, switching from the mindset of scarcity and taking it into a mindset of abundance and opportunities makes a big difference, particularly in the approach in this situation.
What do you think then are some obstacles that maybe some people face in the early stages of their dating experience?
One of the biggest ones, I would say, people not being sure whether they are ready or not ready to date. I get asked this question very often. I have people coming to me who had been divorced and some time had passed, and they don't understand, they don't feel whether they are ready or they are not ready. And especially those people who had long-term relationship, they were, let's say, out of the dating scene for quite some time, and they do feel that lack of skill, lack of competence in approaching dating landscape. So they're like, well, I'm gonna wait until I'm ready. But there is no waiting. You're never going to be ready. There is never going to be in the morning when you wake up, it's like, I'm ready to date. Let's do it. It's just not going to happen. You just got to go in and start making these little tiny steps. And as I always tell people that I coach and anybody that I get a chance to speak to about the relationship search, is it's like going up the stairs. You make stepping stones. Every interaction, every conversation, every connection and a date is a stepping stone towards your person, towards your relationship. Because if you're waiting to be ready and then boom, you meet your person, not gonna happen. That's not real life. An analogy that I give people is like, imagine if you're a dancer and you have this huge dance recital planned, right? Do you wait to get on the stage and you start dancing, or do you practice and then you do a dance recital? You practice, right? Same in dating and relationship world. You gotta practice before you actually get to the point of being confident, competent, and ready to explore.
And that's something I always found interesting, but yet difficult for some people. They'll say things like, I'm ready right now, right? And then I'll ask them, okay, what makes you ready? And they have no answer. Hopes and dreams, right, Irina? And it's
Yep.
like, you
Yep.
have to go into it a little bit more than that, because I always give the example about like a job, right? Like when you apply for a job, what do? Usually look up the company. What are the benefits? How is it going to benefit you? How are you going to benefit the company? We need to do the same thing for our dating experience, because the more and more, at least in my experiences, the more and more heartbreak someone has, the more hesitant they are to be vulnerable for a relationship or open up, especially if they're hearing it from their friends, from their family, from online. Like you made a good example where someone said that the people I want, they don't want me, but the ones that I don't want, they want me.
Hmm.
Why do you
Yep.
think so many people experience that, where there's men or women that they want, but they can't seem to get their attention or get a relationship with them, but the ones that they don't want, they seem to attract those, and they're trying to like push them away and look for better quality?
I think what truly hinders people in this particular situation of them thinking that those that they want don't want them and vice versa is that people, first of all, have high expectations as far as getting something that exactly what they want. So what do people do? They go in with a list. When I ask a person, 90% of the time, when I ask somebody, so what are you looking for in a relationship? They give me a list of qualities. I'm like, okay, we're going to throw away that shopping list and we're going to focus on the experiences and how you want to feel in the relationship. When I ask people, how do you want to feel in the relationship? It takes them some time to answer. So this is the trouble. We are going in with preconceived notion, a box, and we're trying to fit everybody in this box. And if they don't fit in the box, we throw them away. Instead of throwing the box away and going in with the open mind, open heart, and going, well, let me see what the life story is behind this person. Let me see what conversation we can make happen. And this is what I always say. It's not, don't even call it the first date. It's an opportunity to see if the conversation is possible. That's all you're there to do. You take that pressure off, you detach from that big outcome, and you focus on the conversation. So it's self-sabotage for the most part, but it's the lack of that openness of heart and mind that prevents people from aligning people that want you and that people that you want.